Hello and welcome everyone to this Week 3 matchup between the 16th ranked Louisville Cardinals and the 11th ranked Kansas Jayhawks. I'm Mr. Hex, joined only by always Joker, Joshua. What are your thoughts? Kansas beat you. You were kind of talking about it before, and they're ranked behind you, but I think you're ranked behind Texas. It's kind of a weird situation.
Yeah, we beat Texas pretty, obviously that 2 point conversion, but, looking forward to this game. Two ranked teams, obviously think DJ's going to do a better job at stopping this Kansas offense, but to me, if you're KU, you got to get the run game involved, right? Don't give it a chance. Don't even, and just see what it happens from there.
Yeah, and the big talking point, I'm
We are
gonna make
not
him.
running the ball once tonight, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, you heard it here first. Might as well run dime. But anyway, as the big talking point is, how will Louisville adjust to the big loss of Isaac Brown? They're 1-1, so things could be worse, but still got a lot of adjusting to do as they kick it off, and it's Mayweather. He's gonna only get to the 22. Now let's see what Kansas can do on offense. Joker, as someone who you saw play and played against, what are kind of your thoughts? What is Kansas going to be looking to do?
I mean, it's just going to be a lot of crossing routes and Robert Mayweather, right? DJ's probably going to do a lot better job of protecting that, but we'll see how he does here. There he goes
And it's
again.
a quick throw, quick release from Howard to Haynes. The double H combo, I guess you would say. It's going to be 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line. Kansas, being 11th ranked, they're trying to be contenders in the Big 12. A lot of heavy hitters there, including myself, Oklahoma, adding Nebraska and Texas A&M. Howard's going to drop
That's a
back, and oh
pick!
my goodness.
And that's what we talked about, those
Hey, that
crossing
might be
routes. He
6. That
should be.
might
He's going to get
be 6.
tackled. And you're gonna have to run this football. You cannot go into this game trying to win this just throwing the crossing routes the whole game. You're just gonna get eaten alive by it. Implement some RPOs, implement some screenplays just to give yourself a punching chance.
Yeah, now it's time for Louisville as Alonzo Barnett's going to hand it off to
It's a
Buckley, but
it's a loss.
quickly. Yeah, quickly stopped in the backfield. One of the big name transfers Louisville got, Alonzo Barnett, coming, I believe, from James Madison. One of the better quarterbacks here in the CFB. Let's see what he can do as they're going to go 5 wide now. That stadium pulse, the crowd, letting them hear it on the other side of the coast. He's going to throw a quick, I believe that was a curl. I don't know if that was a comeback, but regardless, it's going to be 3rd and 7.
And to me, if you're Kansas, this has to be 3 points, right? Don't give up a first down. Put them in a position where they have to take their field goal, even with the stadium pulse up.
Might as well make it, no points, with the stadium pulse. Try and get a loss here. It's going to be a quick throw. Skinner, he's going to get the first. It's going to be 1st and goal at the 2. They were sending the pressure. Zone coverage just allowed him to kind of come back into the ball. So Kansas might need to think a little bit differently on defense. And now it's going to be gun formation with trips to the right. Let's see what they do. It's going to be handoff to Buckley. Is he going to get
Oh
there?
wow.
Yes, he is. Touchdown, Louisville. Who needs Isaac Brown when you have whoever Buckley is? Is that the same number Isaac Brown was wearing too? Why does it look familiar? I don't know. Now the point after attempt here for Louisville as the kick's going to go straight through the middle. And a 4-play, 14-yard drive after the Kansas turnover. See what Kansas can do now, as we see a little sponsorship in the back, but kick us up to, I believe his name is Robert Mayweather. It's going to be a touchback, so it's going to start at the 25. Need to have a better drive for Kansas, not be too careless with the football. It's It's going to be a little play action. He's going to throw it over the middle to Hayes. Quick throw again. 2nd and 1 now. The 34.
Yeah, to me that was a little bit dangerous. I mean, nothing was really open there, but he did get that first step on him, so to make it a 2nd and short.
Yeah, I think that was a good little throw. Quick little throw, kind of threw it under the receiver, towards him, so preventing that linebacker to get. Now it's going to be a run to, well.
Oh, he didn't even get the first.
He did that.
I thought he got the first. I don't think, obviously, it's not worth challenging, but to me,
yeah, but
you're going to have to get this first down. This is probably going to be man coverage all around. Someone's just going to have to make a big play.
Yeah, his big blitz coming. It's going to be quick out to Hayes.
Oh,
he's got room to run.
He might be gone because they're not going to get there. One's going to get there
26
maybe to the 6.
Yeah, just gets there. He's going to be stopped at the 6. Big run, big blitz coming. Kind of expected it, but, just have to be weary of those quick outs. And I believe the safety was going to have to bring help and just couldn't get there in time. And that's going to be 1st and goal at the 6 for Kansas. What can they do? Quick out again. Dropped it.
He dropped it.
And I'm just realizing.
I played the team and I didn't even notice that.
The running back, I let it slide, but that, no. I'm sorry.
You don't want to throw a pick here.
As Howard's going to drop back to pass, he's going to be looking. He's going to roll out to his right.
Throw it away.
Couldn't do it. It's going to be sacked to the 18. Clev Lubin bringing the pressure. And I think if you're going to name your wide receiver and your running back something, you best not get sacked. And here we are. What can Kansas do now? 3rd and goal, but pretty backed up here. They're going to send a man in motion over to the right.
Looking.
He's going to throw it.
He got it! Touchdown!
And that little, motion wheel route, one of the deadliest things to do here in the game. And it just kind of left that little, I believe it was going to be like a hook, just a drop flat, and wasn't going to play it. Left him wide open, and the point after kick is up and good. If you're Kansas, pretty good drive after what happened in the first one.
Yeah, to me, I think Louisville was just so focused on the middle of the field that he kind of left that side of the field open, and that's how he got that touchdown. But now, to me, Kansas, you're going to have to get a stop. You don't get the ball back at half. Yes, it's still the first quarter, but you're going to have to prove on defense that you can hold this Louisville offense.
Yeah, I agree. You need to show a little bit of something here. And as we see the prototypical kind of spread here from Louisville, it's going to be run to Marshall. He's going to got room to run. Yep, and usually when you see that widespread offense, Louisville pounds that rock, and what do they do here? 1 attempt for 29 yards from Justin Marshall. Yeah, that's what I was talking about, the running back. That's what I was talking about. Anyway, Barnett.
There's no way
Kansas gets the ball. Recovered by Kansas.
I was going to say, there's no way Louisville. There was 5 Kansas defenders on that. Kansas, okay, now you got to execute.
That's going to be trips to the right here. Looks like it's going to be a little bit of a screen, but the screen doesn't do any bit of the screening. That's going to be blown up for 2nd and 12 at the 47. Now, Kansas, you forced a turnover, so the game's pretty much equal now, but you have to capitalize.
Howard's going to drop nothing's
back.
Open, throw it away.
And he
doesn't get that. That just can't happen. That's not the quarterback's fault. That's the wide receiver. The ball's coming to him. No one's there. If he catches that, that's what? 2nd and about 7, 6, or no, I'm not going to say 6, 7, but 3rd and long. Don't throw a pick here. Nothing's open. Throw it away. Just punt the football.
Howard's looking. He's got the trail. Carter. Yes, he does. It's 4th and 3. What do you do?
Gotta go for this. You're not gonna beat DJ punting the ball back after your defense made a good play and got that fumble.
But you also can't be too risky with it, throwing something up and not be sticking. It's midfield, and we all talk about the analytics, and I'm sure we've all watched young Sheldon, but Anyway, he's going to
Looking,
roll out
looking.
play action. Got hit. And I don't like that call. A play action on 4th and 3. Just, it's not
Didn't
going
give
to work.
yourself. His O-line didn't even give him a chance. I think
Yeah,
if he gets that block, that's probably a throw to the tight end, and that's probably a first down.
it's going to be empty now. Barnett, the play caller, he's going to snap it. Big blitz coming. He's going to make a throw. With pressure in his face, delivers a strike. As we see a head coach wearing a suit and tie. One of the most interesting things I've ever seen. Kansas, again, you're going to have to be calling on that defense to make a huge stop here. Now it's going to be Barnett snapping. He's going to roll out to his left. What has he got? What do you got?
Wide
He's got
open.
Buckley. And he's going to bounce to the outside. And Buckley, we talk about Isaac Brown, but maybe this running back might be another problem. The point after is up and good. It's going to be 14 Louisville, Kansas 7 here with 1 in the first with 21 remaining. And it looks like Merriweather will go for the return. Does he do anything? Big hit at the 15. I think we just need to let that go into the end zone for a touchback. Start you at the 25, not the 15. And what can Kansas do to kind of answer back? Howard, he's going to throw. Oh my God, did he catch that?
He caught it.
Yes, he did. I think the game made up for it for that one wide open drop. It's going to be the end of the first here. And a very interesting game, to say the least, with some of the things we've seen. As we see the passing yards leader of DJ Lagway, Dante Moore, Desmond Williams, the top 3. Now again, it's going to be trios to the left here for Kansas.
Don't throw
Howard,
a pick. Don't throw a pick.
Rolling out to his left. And I think that was just a bad pocket, presence. Saw the contain, he rolled out to his left and just right into the defender. But anyway, it's 2nd and 10. Could have been worse there. So we see number 1 in motion. It's going to be a play action. Howard again getting pressure.
This line just does not give him an opportunity. But if you're the QB, you also got to stop running to the left as well. Both times it's just because of the guy on the left side is just giving up a big play.
Yeah, now it's 3rd and 19. Another blitz coming. It's gonna be. He's throwing a strike. Oh my
If he
goodness!
didn't go down, that's probably a touchdown. Wow, he probably threw that not expecting. Look at that. There were 3 of the Louisville defenders coming to the quarterback. This O-line is just not doing its job. And if I'm Louisville, I'm sending pressure every time. Why give the QB time in the pocket?
Yeah, Howard
Blitz
snaps.
coming
It's going to be more
again. Get rid of it.
He does get rid of it. They're just sending the pressure. This
7.
line, nothing to do.
6.
Howard back foot delivers a strike to Carter.
This should be man coverage all around and just blitzing every time if you can. Sending.
Only sent 3. It's going to be, I'm not going to say the name out of the backfield.
If you're KU, do you consider chewing clock here? You don't get ball back. This kind of sets up. But then this is, to me, where you also need to start running some RPOs, running even some jet touch passes, right? You haven't really seen that out of KU, but this clock's not your friend. Yes, you're close to the end zone, but clock's not your friend right now.
I just don't agree with chewing a clock. It's a play action
Run
now.
Up
roll out. He's going to step up. Yes, he does.
I think we got to start using some of this clock. Get this under 2 minutes just to kind of prevent DJ from double dipping and kind of making this game get really wide open for you even get this ball back.
But however, the counter to that is DJ has been electric on offense. He can score quick, and I just don't want him to score quick and not able to answer back. And anyway, it's going to be a little dump
Oh,
off
that's a
to
perfect
Stewart.
block. That's a perfect, that zig route blocked that defender, which gained him a lot more yards and makes this second and short.
Yeah, it's going to be, very manageable here. And I do agree, milk the clock just a little bit, but don't go chew clock here as we got about 3:15 remaining. Howard, and it looks like, and offside.
Offside.
I saw that to finish a free play. I think you just take what the game gives you, decline it where you'd be better. Yeah, it looked like that edge rusher just stepped up half a bit.
Yeah, KU doing everything right so far. Just this drive. I mean, obviously the clock's not on your side, but to me, scoring is the bigger picture. Your defense has gotten a stop before. See what they can do.
He's gonna quick out again. Oh my God!
I think the play he had originally before he audible out of that was going to be a better game, but it looks like it was going to be man coverage all around. So maybe that play would have been difficult.
Yeah, it looks like they were kind of planning on doubling the wide receiver one. It's going to be a dump out to
wide open. Got to make a man miss. He
does. So this ball game, barring the missed PAT, will be tied. But 2:30 here, so it's going to be a little bit of 2-minute offense for Louisville. And if we know anything, they can do that. So we just need to see if Kansas has any answer for them on defense again. And yep, this game is tied 14-all.
Yeah, to me it's just going to be tough. Kansas, you don't want to blitz too often against this Louisville team. The playmakers on this team, Alonzo Barnett, they will burn you. But you give them too much time in his pocket, allow these playmakers to move down the field in different directions, then it also can be dangerous as well.
Yeah, and it's just, we all talk about it with how good DJ is on offense. He's able to exploit everything, zone, man, prevent, whatever it is. He's, good at IDing what that is. It's going to be a play action.
Looking. You don't want to throw that ball. You don't want to throw that ball.
Oh, my goodness. I don't know if that was going to 88 or I believe 6 out of the backfield.
That was going to the tight end. But he tried to get the other receiver to grab the ball because it was coming in the same vicinity and direction.
Yeah, so 2nd and 10 now. He's going to throw it. Oh, my goodness.
I don't think he saw that defender there. And if you're Kansas,
3rd and
what do you
10,
do? Do you blitz? Do you man coverage all around? Like, to me, you have an opportunity to kind of get this ball back and erase that early pick in this game. But you got to execute. This has to be some sort of different coverage that DJ hasn't seen all game.
Yeah, I think with some of the rules we have in place here, he's going to throw it out of bounds.
He has to throw it away, or he has to punt this ball.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. With our rules in place, if you hold them, maybe think 5 yards, prevent that. But you don't want to do that too aggressive. But here, Louisville, the first punt.
Got good blockers.
Good blockers, going to bounce to the outside. Haynes jukes back to the middle. He's got 2 minutes now, so this is kind of best case scenario given what happened, for Kansas in that first drive interception. They have an opportunity to kind of go up one score and be able to play a little bit, with halftime.
Don't make a dangerous throw. That's a good play. Get out of there, Robert Mayweather. Get sticky.
Yeah, and we saw that little kind of post sit, It's a good little play, kind of that linebacker expecting them to come over the middle, and he just sits on it. And Mayweather, one of the premier playmakers on this team, is able to get a little more than what the defense gave him.
Yeah, 2-minute warning. I'm not too sure how this kicker is, but we've seen KU miss some field goals before. But you're in field goal range. Don't try and be hero and throw this away, but good blocker.
Number 9. As
good game.
As the running back of
DJ Gay.
Number 9.
Might have to change mine to that name too. His brother.
What would his brother's name
be? DJ Soft.
Oh. Anyway, it's going to be Howard shotgun snap.
RPO.
But it doesn't matter.
I thought he was going to throw that to the wide receiver coming across the middle.
Yes. that peak slant, but no, Harry Stewart, being able to make the play, getting a gain of 15, or I don't
And
even
these
know if it was 15.
these RPOs, if I'm Kansas, I'm taking a lot of this clock up. I want this to kind of be around a minute. You make force Louisville to maybe use a timeout to get the.
It looks like Howard looking over to the sideline, wanting a little bit of a adjustment, and oh
Oh
my goodness.
no! And now if I'm Louisville, I'm calling a timeout, and they agree.
Yeah, so it's going to be 2nd and goal on the 13. That just,
Just
I
no
mean, that could
one,
have been worse. That could have been
just no
so much
one
worse.
blocking, wide untouched, and that
I
just can't
mean,
happen for this Kansas O line.
I think that's lucky that's not a fumble. I've seen that so many times where those play actions, RPOs just
Don't
get
throw
blown
a
up, and
pick.
Howard's going to throw it out of the backfield to Carter.
It's a good game.
Yeah, so again, Louisville calling their 2nd timeout at the 5 now with 1:12 remaining. If you're Kansas, do you go for it on 4th, or do you just take your 3? You're within range.
I think it depends on the situation. If you lose yards, obviously you're going to take your 3. To me, anything 4th and 2 or shorter, I think we go for this. But we'll see what they decide to do. Gotta hike this ball.
And just in
Looks like
time.
a screenplay.
Oh, but there's a flag. What's the flag? Defensive holding. It's going to give them the chains.
You run this ball. There is no reason for you to be throwing this ball on the 2. You don't give. DJ's going to load up this line. You try and get out to the outside and make a big play.
And it's going to be Stewart. Yes, he does. And Louisville now, Kansas takes the lead here with, I believe, just a minute. As Stewart, that's his 2nd touchdown of the night. Kansas kind of rolling here a little bit. They've made some good stops on defense and offense. Even though they would have probably been stopped, gets the first on the flag and capitalizes on it.
Yeah, we'll bring in Brink at the end of the half, but to me, they're doing everything right. I mean, obviously they had that pick, but other than that, they've kind of done everything right. Now, biggest point of the game, got to get a stop with this minute left. DJ has 1 timeout, so he can kind of work the middle of the field, kind of do whatever he wants. But to me, if you can hold them to 0, I think you're in a good spot.
Yeah, and that first play, or that first drive, kind of maybe it was just getting the yips at, going ahead and throw the interception, just get it out of the system so it doesn't happen the rest of the game. But now Barnett, clock rolling down, he's going to have to hike this ball. It's going to look like a screen. It's going to be a big block. Buckley. But they only have 1 timeout, so they're going to have to clock the ball. The clock will not run until the ball is set and everyone is ready. Clock rolling. It's going to be 57 and counting. Barnett looking, quick drag over the middle to Golden. It's going to be 2nd and 4. Yep, we're seeing more tempo. I think if you're Kansas, you have to expect a lot short unless those receivers really go deep. And it's going to be running back out of the backfield motion. Barnett, he's going to roll.
He's faster than him. He's going to get out there.
Yep, roll. He's just going to go to the outside. No, he's not.
And again, I probably would have preferred if he just went out of bounds there just to get that clock reset, because now the clock's moving, and these are precious 5, 6, 7 seconds ticking away.
Yeah, Barnett pressure! Oh my God! Got hit and delivered. I mean, it's not a dart, it's not a strike, but it got there.
And now, 23 seconds left. Louisville uses their final timeout. So everything, he's not going to run this football. He's going to throw this. To me, you got to send everyone back. You got to make sure they don't give up a touchdown. And he gets there!
Sacked! You have to get up. You have to get up and
you push your defenders back 10 yards. You know he has to throw this football. You just got to make sure you don't give up a big play.
Yep, there it is. And he's going to roll out Barnett.
Get out there. He's
going to get out.
You got to take your 3.
Do you take your 3? Do you
kick
it?
On the
Stadium
road,
pulse is going to be loud. Let's see.
You got to give yourself a chance. A pick 6 could happen, and this game could just really unravel. Even if you don't score here, you get the ball back at half.
And the kick's going to be up, and it looks like a strike down the middle. So that is, I believe, going to be 21-24. No, I'm sorry. I don't know what math is. That's going to be 17-21. Kansas has an opportunity, but it looks like
I think you
Louisville won't
return
give
this.
them.
Well, I guess they
Well,
don't.
I
Yeah.
was like, you really only have the opportunity to return it.
Could have went down to the Hail Mary, but a lot of chaotic things could happen out of that one. Brink,
Yo,
obviously joining in a little bit late, but what have you
yeah,
seen so far?
couple surprises won the score. I'm not gonna lie, definitely surprised to see that. No offense to KU, but surprised to see Louisville use that timeout when they did, with so much on the clock still. Surprised to see him stay in bounds, and then surprised that Kansas didn't call a timeout to ice that kicker with 3 on the board. So a couple surprises there in the last minute that I was able to watch. But happy to be here for the second half. 6 minutes here to go in the third quarter, as Louisville's going to start with the football down 21-17 with a handoff to Buckley up the middle. Is going to get 9 yards on that carry.
Yeah, and Buckley, kind of the big name replacement to, Isaac Brown. He's got a large shoes to fill, with how electric that guy's been. So playing well here. Not really paid attention to the rest of the season,
Oh,
but here
missed
he
the
is
block.
again.
Big Cade!
First down.
Big
Only his
gain.
4th carry of the game was that one right there.
Yeah, big gain, yet a big hit. So paid the price for that one.
So coming out of the shotgun, 3 wide receivers with a tight end and the halfback still in the
RPO.
backfield. Fake handoff, throws out to the outside. Golden's going to run out of bounds when he's brought down for another 9-yard gain on first down.
Yeah, so
13 for
Louisville just
18.
Yeah, they just want to come out of this half and they're, throwing strikes, trying to get, this lead back, double dipping. Kansas just needs to stop him. It's
Just can't
Buckley here
stop this
again.
run. Just cannot stop this run.
Yeah, it looks like in the first half, Louisville should have ran the ball a little more, but getting some success here in the second half. 7 attempts, 71 yards, most of that here on this drive. Still coming out in the shotgun. We got 3 down linemen for the Jayhawks.
Looks like a screenplay.
And it is Buckley to the outside, getting a lot of usage here in the third quarter. 3 yards on that reception. Sorry, 9 for 12. Barnett is here today for 123 and the score.
One thing I didn't notice, Barnett's a senior, so this quarterback, if you're Louisville, obviously had issues with the recruiting, going to have to do something different this year as well.
Quick throw into the middle of the field for another first down as the clock ticks down to 4 minutes to go in the third. 5 catches for Jaleel Skinner, their tight end.
Yeah, as you were saying, Joker, the caveat to that is, though, if he goes to the draft, that could be big, upgrades to that, pipeline part of the recruiting, so that could help out a lot. Here comes Barnett.
Time in the pocket.
Oh,
Barnett Scott is going to roll out to the
Come at him.
left.
Get out
Getting
of
chased
there.
to the sideline. Try to make a move. Steps out of bounds for an 8-yard rushing attempt. 5 for 14. Louisville looking like the Louisville I was expecting to see here in the third quarter. Another handoff.
Oh,
Buckley,
they're
but this time
all
he's
over that.
swallowed up in the backfield for a 4-yard loss.
And this has to be the type of stop. This has to be a stop here. Obviously, DJ can go for it, but obviously kicking that field goal at the end of the second quarter, I think gives them a little bit more confidence to kick a 3 instead of going for it.
Yeah, I
Quick
think
play
we
calls.
need to play a little bit of a bend, don't break kind of defense. If we're going to give up something, give up 3, if anything.
Quick play calls, but taking some adjustments from the sideline with
Don't
that
want to take
stadium
too
pulse.
much.
Got to be kind of tough. Brings that halfback into the backfield. Still
Oh,
in
there it
shotgun.
is.
On the
Yeah,
double
yeah,
mug
it's false
defense,
start.
but yeah, false start.
Just trying to do too much there, trying to make too many adjustments, and now if you're Kansas, you cannot give up 11 yards and he's open, and that's a
And wide
first
open.
down,
Oh,
and
that
that's a
is
touchdown.
an easy touchdown for Buckley as Kansas tried to show the blitz on 3rd and long to no avail. Second touchdown for the senior halfback. So Louisville takes the lead now, but Kansas is going to have their chance to answer back with 2:40 to go in the third. Good drive for the Cardinals. Out to the right. Kansas gets to receive this. Will try to return and gets to the sideline, but one man to beat doesn't do it.
I thought that if that blocking stayed up just half a second longer, I think that's a big game, maybe to fit midfield.
Coming out in that pistol with the hand. Oh, big handoff. Howard on the rollout.
Does he want to make that throw down?
Looks deep, double coverage, but it's caught. Cook is with the reception. It's over midfield.
That's a dot.
What do you got? McLean.
And
They've been hard on the play action.
Just delivered a strike. Man in motion now. I believe that's Hayes.
Howard with a little extra fire into him here. Pump fake. Has some time with a three-man rush. Throws short. Stewart to the sideline for 7.
I want to point something out. The same way he scored the first time. All the Hex remembers this all the way down. That seam down the right sideline. That was open again. I don't know if DJ ran a similar coverage, but that was going to be open for 6.
And I find this.
He got held.
Lots of time for Howard here again as he rolls to the left.
Don't throw a pick.
He does not when he throws it away.
And I'm quite surprised to see Louisville, especially here on this drive, run a lot of 3, just pass rushers. And, only send 3, kind of drop everyone back. And, do they have that much faith in their rushers, or maybe they just know Kansas line's kind of poopy?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised here if this is kind of man coverage all around and a blitz of 6 is coming.
3rd and 3 from the right hash mark, puts the halfback in motion. Howard throws it at halfback, but he's swallowed up again.
Oh, and I mean, he has to go.
He could go for it. Yeah.
He's not making this field goal.
Well, what is it? Probably a 50-yarder, 49-yarder. It's doable.
Can't even trust his kicks from the 20. So.
Oh. A little bit of shade being thrown, but
that's just the truth, and he won't disagree.
And it just looked like he kind of decided to throw that ball before he even had a look.
Coming, looking.
I see a man held onto it for just a little too long as he throws. Slow to get up as well as Howard, down on the ground. But a turnover on downs. Louisville's going to get to take over with the lead.
I believe that was Clev Lubin with the hit.
So with 1:11 left in the 3rd, Louisville's got a chance here. KU with a big defensive chance here. 2nd and inches will be coming up. Walker Howard is actually out of the game here. We'll see for how long. Might need to go to the backup if the ball gets into their hands here. Luckily, get the handoff, but he's taken down and won't go anywhere. 3rd and 1.
Yeah, still a lot, you can do on 3rd and 1. You can run the ball, you can QB sneak it, you can throw it deep down the field. So, playbook wide open. Kansas just needs to be aware of everything Louisville can do.
Big 3rd down. Does Louisville even go for it if they have to go 4th down? The crowd, this stadium is rocking.
I think they will.
Barnett looking to throw. Rolls out to the right. Has some
Barnett,
time to look, but he's got some pressure.
That's dangerous.
Picked off
Dangerous. Why?
at midfield for Kansas Jayhawks. There's that big defensive stand.
That just can't happen. He tried to playmaker 1, throw it away, then you have your option on 4th and 1. Now you give the ball back to KU basically in the same spot he had it before the 4th down conversion.
And Howard, he is back out, so the injury not too affecting him, but still something to be aware of.
Looks to throw and a quick throw.
Oh no!
Good coverage by the Louisville Cardinals for that screen. Jerry Lawson on the tackle in the backfield. Yeah, that will end the 3rd quarter. So, fellas, it's a close one.
Yeah, I think Kansas, hate to be, kind of nitpicking on them a little bit, but not doing themselves any favors. A lot of the plays I've seen recently, it just seems like they're kind of deciding pre-snap who to throw the ball to, and that's not going to win you football games.
Empty backfield for 2nd and long as Howard now has a 4-man rush coming at him, but still has plenty of time. Finds a man in the middle, that's Hayes, and he's got nobody in the feet, and it's a touchdown, Jayhawks.
That's a dot. That's a good ball for KU. KU leads.
They brought one man up to try to get the rush. They could not get the pressure, and Hayes broke free. 300 yards now, 312 for Howard.
I mean,
To
just
me,
a strike.
Sorry to cut you off, Hex, but this pressure's still on Kansas, to me. Go get a defensive stop, right? You get a defensive stop, you put the game in your own hands. You get the ball back, start considering chewing some clock, and try and win this game. This
Good
drive
Yeah.
right
down
here
the center.
for Louisville and Kansas is the biggest play of the game.
Yeah, and I have to agree, make a defensive stop. 90% of games are won by your hands, but 90% of games are also lost by your own decisions. So you just have to be willing to do things.
Buckley will get minimal, but he actually ends up with 4 yards on that carry, but a good hit by the linebacker to stop him. He's touched the ball 9 times, and he scored 3 of them, has Buckley. Stadium was a little nervous to start this drive. They're starting to pump up a bit more as they're going to reverse that play, do the Cardinals. Looks to throw to another halfback screen. He's hit as he catches it.
That's actually the better than him catching that and going down. That probably would have been a loss of 3 or 4.
Might have been a gain.
Really?
It looked like he kind of cut up a little bit. Kind of hard to
Okay,
tell.
here we go. Third and long.
It was
Or
caught
not
at the
third
line
and
of
long. Third
scrimmage,
and manageable.
And oh my,
Wide open, Buckley, and nobody sees him. He's at the 20, the 10, and he will walk it in here for another change to the lead. The Cardinals go up 162 receiving yards for Jalen Buckley.
Yeah, and I just don't know if anyone else noticed the pre-snap, but that man coverage was just all over the place. No one knew who their assignment was, and just left him wide open.
And that's happened twice now. That's happened 2 touchdowns for Buckley. If you're gonna if you're gonna run that man coverage and blitz all around, you're gonna have to move that defender to that side of the field to cover that guy. If that guy is covered, that ball probably isn't thrown that way.
2 quick drives by both teams as well. 2 plays for the Jayhawks, 3 plays for the Cardinals. So if you're Kansas, you kind of want to drive the ball down the field, I feel like. Maybe make this the last drive to take the lead.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Back into the shotgun, Howard with the motion. 3 seconds on the play clock. It's a jet sweep, and
Oh,
Hayes
it's just
has nowhere to go. He's going to lose 4. Tate Brown, senior, will get the tackle.
Can
Good
KU
read.
have another kind of game-saving drive? He did that against USC on the road, trying to do this against Louisville. So kind of upset their season. Louisville's not expecting this to be a loss, but definitely on the heels here.
3 men only on the rush, but a quick throw to the outside. There's Hayes. He'll get some yards. Not enough for the
We
first.
get most of it back.
But it'll be 3rd and 3 now with 4.5 on the clock here for the rest of this game.
Yeah, Louisville was kind of playing down with a lot of their, safeties. Only had one really deep, but the, rest of the DBs were kind of playing, around 5 yards back from the line. So maybe expecting, a run or something, or just trying to prevent some, sorcery type things.
Oh,
we know what this is. We know what this
I
is.
see something really dangerous.
Yeah, the bunch formation, another quick throw, but it's over his head and incomplete. So now 4th and 3. Has to.
I mean, he doesn't have to, but you control your own destiny doing this.
You could try to put him deep, but we've seen that the Louisville Cardinals can score quickly. So
no necessarily deep safeties. I'm looking at. Oh, and we're playing too much on the route. Oh my goodness!
Wow!
I saw
a man in the middle, but he's able to pull it out.
We see covers. I mean, we see cover 0 coming out pre-snap. Kind of gotta expect the blitz. Why not try and take a shot deep? Hope you get the blockers for it. Kind of create a little more. I'm not a fan of just throwing the out routes.
Yeah, I agree. Because that easily could have been a missed ball too. And again, that's a loss of 6. To me, you have Robert Mayweather. Use him. There's no deep safeties. There's been no deep safeties for a bit of this kind of these plays. Hot route them, make them go deep, and hope. There's no deep safeties right now.
Yeah, they're up. They are up in the box.
But now that I've said that, he's probably going to send it back there. So
Probably, yeah.
Man in motion, the halfback. Howard has plenty of time. Hits that halfback.
Just
Got a little bit of space to make some plays. Going to get 5, but it'll be 3rd and long here for Howard and company.
I don't think that's by design. Those safeties playing up. I think they're still running zone, maybe maybe man, but they're not doing just straight up cover 0 and blitzing. Maybe trying to throw them off by disguising a little bit. So just got to be aware of that and try and take what again the defense gives you.
Empty backfield here for Howard on 3rd and 11. Doesn't have to get the first down right now, but he's
but
going to
he's
see
gonna take
single
it.
coverage down the seam, and it's knocked away. So 4th and 11 now coming up.
I think he can go for it.
well, it's the fourth quarter. He can go for it anywhere.
And he's losing right at the moment.
Yes, he is losing. So
Under 3 minutes here left in the game, and the biggest 4th
my
down
goodness.
so far of the
Oh, my
Jayhawks young
goodness.
season.
oh no.
4-man rush as Howard looks to throw.
there it
Sees
is,
his
that
man,
post.
finds him for a
Oh,
first down.
my.
Mayweather drops it,
To
and
me,
Louisville will take over on downs.
he has to send Mayweather deep. There was only one. I mean, yeah, there was 2 there in that area, but send
That was
Mayweather
a
deep
good
and
ball.
try to do that. Yeah.
You need to come down with it. That was a perfectly drawn up play that just needed to finish. Well, now with a short field, Louisville, Buckley runs out to the left. He's going to let the clock run some more with only the 3-yard gain, but a smart play by the Louisville coach.
Yeah, just can't have what happened, I believe, on Louisville's second drive, trying to run a speed option and, fumbled it. You can't, do that, so gotta
Coming
be
to the
safe
2-minute
with the
warning
ball.
here.
They're going to have to hike this before the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, almost let it go too far.
All
Buckley up the
over
middle, but
it.
he's brought down.
And
in
what
the
do you do
backfield.
here if you're Louisville? Do you try and throw this, or do you just run this and make Kansas probably burn a timeout? Because a first down does not necessarily end the game. I don't think you
Louisville
blitz here. I don't think you. I'm sorry to cut you off. I think you try and make them make a big play with one of their. You gotta send
Good
something
coverage
at
for
him.
the
Send something at him. Send
Jayhawks, but
something
they
at
find
him.
him.
And he caught it.
Skinner,
It's a
open touchdown. And now they go up 2 scores with under 2 minutes left to play in the game, and the home crowd in Lawrenceville is definitely not happy. And the kick is up. It is good. So now down 10. Kansas has to do something quick and then hope for an onside kick. The Jayhawks will let that kick go through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. 75 yards to get to pay dirt, and again, they're going to have to get the ball back immediately after.
And this isn't unwinnable. We've seen, Louisville, choke huge leads before with less time. Is it going to take a
Howard
shot?
looking deep. It's caught! What a dot!
I think you got to get a little bit moving, though. It looks like it will be no huddle.
Yeah, still 3 timeouts on both sidelines. Howard showing on fire here. He has plenty of time.
My.
Throws it. Get to the seam. Lots of traffic, but it will fall to the dirt. Stops the clock, but 2nd and 10 now.
Threw it up to one guy with 7 Cardinals
guys
there.
over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
7 Cardinals right there. And I don't know how, but he almost came down with that. Going to be man in motion out of the backfield now. 3-man rush.
Does he see him?
He
I think-
maybe saw,
I
but he
think
got
you
hit
and
as
me
he throws. So 3rd and 10.
That same seam down the field has been open 3 times.
No, there was a safety there to kind of help. He was kind of hedging the post and then kind of played that.
Yeah, but I'm with Joker. If you don't wait too long on it, that guy's going to be open, and it's
Because
Potentially an easy
by
catch.
time he's open, he would have that gap to get there.
That's gonna
Howard
be
has some
difficult.
time with only a 3-man rush as
If
he
he
rolls out
runs,
to the
just
left.
run. I think you got to throw that now. That's like
Yes, he
he
does.
what?
He finds it. He's got some more space to run, and he's going to be taken out of bounds. 1:23 with the clock stops.
Should he take his 3? Obviously he needs to do one or the other. I don't think you waste too much. I think Brink was in the same situation.
Yeah, well,
I
we
think
play to
you take your
win.
3. You
Because an
have to do
onside
both
kick is
either
not
way.
easy.
Well, he has 3 timeouts to kind of he can play straight up defense to me. But he's gonna go
From the
for it.
10-yard line, 1st and 10. They actually can get a first down without scoring, but it'd be very
Don't
close.
throw a pick.
A little bit of time, but he got
Oh,
rushed
it
at the
would have been
last
a
second.
pick.
That at least stops the clock.
I don't know. I just think you take your 3 here. You have to do both either way. You can play defense straight up, possibly get this ball back.
I think scoring your 7 now, you kind of get the hard part out of the way, and if you get the
Oh my
3,
I saw somebody on the left, but he goes to the right. Stewart with the reception.
stays
He'll
in
take
bounds.
4
You have
yards
to
on
run
it. 3rd and
tempo.
6 from the 6.
And this is why I think you should take. I mean, obviously we're gonna go for it now, but don't take too much time.
Yeah, changing some routes. Howard with the snap. He's going to roll back out to the left.
Don't throw
Sees
it
a
away,
man, but he can't get it
away.
off, and the clock will keep running. It's 4th and 14. Then he will take no huddle and attempt to go for the touchdown. Here's where I would say go for the kick.
Well, he can't. He would have to call a timeout.
Howard with the pump fake. A little bit of time in the pocket. Going to roll out right. Has now pressure. Throws, and it's going to be intercepted. And that's going to do it. Brown takes the ball down from the Kansas Jayhawks. 28 seconds on the clock. And timeout called by the Jayhawks.
I believe he might be slamming that controller in disgust.
That might have been an inadvertent timeout. But Louisville going to take the knee in the victory formation.
Heck of a fight from Kansas, though. I don't know. I don't think Louisville played better than Kansas that game. I just think the small mistakes from Kansas got Louisville that win. But hey, that's a big win on the road against a ranked team to kind of help boost their resume for later in the season.
Yeah, to me, it's just another example of how no matter how good your offense is doing, when you get down to the red zone, it's just that much harder to try to get those plays open. And, the Louisville Cardinals did well when they got their backs pushed against the wall, especially down the stretch here, when it mattered most. So 10-point victory for the Cardinals. I'll yield to my partners here as they watch the entire game for the interviews. Go right ahead, fellas.
Let's start with KU. Let's start with Kansas first. Obviously, kind of a shootout there. Defense wasn't really, stoppable. Just kind of talk us through that game from your POV. Maybe some adjustments you could have made.
Yeah, I mean, I think we played pretty even the whole game. I think he just sort of executed on, the key downs, and, he hit those 2 sort of wheel routes to the running back that was just easy, just too easy, He's obviously a very good user, and it's a very good offense we're playing, so we need to definitely try to make it a little bit more difficult on him. So that was a little bit disappointing, but that's just kind of part of it. I thought the offense played pretty darn good for the most part. Couple, bad sacks here and there, a couple bad play calls here and there, but I thought overall we played pretty good on that side of the ball. It's just, when you're giving them, basically handing them touchdowns like that, it's going to be tough to win games like this.
Hex?
Yeah, and I mean, with this loss, you fall 2-1. You'll probably go to, I believe, with this loss, probably around 17. If I had to guess, is there any concerns going into Big 12 play? A lot more tougher opponents, I would say, compared to Louisville and whatnot. Is there any concerns or changes you're gonna have to make for conference play?
I mean, I think Louisville was one of our hardest games on the schedule. So, definitely would have liked to have won this game. Was happy to win the first 2 games, but yeah, no, we'll just have to refocus. We got another tough non-conference opponent coming in next week with Florida, so yeah, it just doesn't stop. We can't dwell on this too much. You just kind of got to refocus and look towards next week, really.
I think that's all I have for Kansas.
Brink?
No, I was just gonna say, good game, way to make it exciting. Sorry I missed the first half, but look forward to seeing the Jayhawks go down the stretch. I think they're gonna surprise some people down here.
Yeah, thank you.
Move on to the winning side, Louisville. Good win on the road. What do you think? I think is there a defensive question that we need to have, giving up 28 to Kansas?
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, I don't know if this is necessarily true or not, but a lot of people view me as an offensive person. I know how to run an efficient offense, but, just the lack of defense every game. We give up so many points. We give up so many yards, 300 yards a game. Unacceptable. We need to play a lot better on defense because you can't just focus on one side. I think what's going to take is making pre-snap adjustments in time against guys who like to hike the ball really quickly. Not saying Kansas didn't do that or did do that every play, but, we just got to get those adjustments in and find out what's good defense because, the defense just has not been playing well. And, if keeps playing like this, then it's going to backfire on my entire team.
You did a good job on number 9, DJ, by the way.
X?
Okay.
Yeah, and kind of this game, kind of how you were talking, defense, you think you have to get a lot better for. Is this going to be, is there going to be any big concerns as we saw you, national championship last season? Is there going to be any, worries that it might end the same way as it did last year?
Depends, we can either just keep playing the same way, and just act like everything's fine, or just find ways to get better on defense and try to save the season. We got a tough schedule coming up. So, you just got to be ready to go. Defense can really, really, cost us.
Right?
No, good job pulling it out. You did play better defense in the third quarter, got that turnover. It did get a little hairy for you down the end, but again, I think it's going to be really interesting to see what the Louisville Cardinals can do throughout this season. I think we're looking at 2 potential playoff teams in this matchup, but we got some time to figure it out.
X, you can close us out.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us as we close out this week 3 matchup between Louisville and Kansas, with seeing Louisville take the win as they're going to move to 2-1, and Kansas now will fall to 2-1. I'm Mr. Hex, joined by Brink and always Joker, and we'll catch y'all with the next Game of the Week matchup.